Hello and welcome back to Molina Monday, new and improved. Today, we're going to go through the who, what, why, and how of my favorite investment property loan, DSCR, which stands for Debt Service Coverage Ratio. Now, who are DSCR loans for? First and foremost, they're for investors, meaning you can't buy a primary residence. That would be illegal. There's three main types of DSCR loans. You have your long-term rental income, think 12-month leases and more. You have your short-term rental income, think Airbnb and Vrbo. And you also have foreign national for people who are either living in another country but have US citizenship and they want to buy investment properties in the States, or maybe they already live in the States but they're not a US citizen, but they have the visa requirements to buy investment properties. What kind of properties can you buy with this loan? Well, you can buy residential and commercial. Residential meaning single family, 1 unit, 2 to 4 units, condos, and townhomes. Commercial being multifamily, and the legal definition of that is 5 or more units. You can also buy retail, think a shopping center, industrial, like a warehouse, and also churches. But why would you use a DSCR loan in the first place? It's very simple. The number one reason is because of reduced documentation. A DSCR loan pretty much bridges the gap between commercial financing and residential properties, meaning that the way commercial loans work is you qualify for the asset based on the rental income that it produces. Most of the time, when it comes to residential financing, you need to prove your own income. But with a DSCR loan, you don't need to prove your own income. You qualify based on the rental income that the property produces, just like a commercial loan, except that it's for a residential property. And because it's reduced documentation, that means it's a streamlined process. You have really great interest rate options available. And you can also do cross-collateral financing, meaning if you want to buy 7 properties, instead of doing 7 different transactions, you can close one time all 7 properties, also called a blanket loan. But how do these beasts work? Do not overcomplicate it and use the standard definition of NOI divided by debt service. That's too complex for most people. The simplest way to understand it is simply rental income divided by mortgage payment. Let me give you an example. Let's say your proposed rental income is $3,000 a month and your mortgage payment is also going to be $3,000 a month. Well, you divide the 3,000 by the 3,000, that gives you a 1.0 debt service ratio. That means that the debt is serviced by the rent. Let me give you this example. Let's say your rent is only $2,250, but your mortgage payment is still $3,000. That means your debt service is going to be below 1, it's going to be 0.75, and your interest rate is not going to be as good as it is if you have a 1.0. That 1.0 is the sweet spot. Now you can still get it done down to a 0.75, but if you fall below that, you're going to have to use alternative financing, not DSCR. You're going to have to use hard money to close on it, and you're going to have the highest interest rate option. My goal, first and foremost, with my borrowers is to get them the lowest rate possible. That's why I always go over these 3 scenarios with my buyers when they're buying an investment property. We look at it from the perspective of, okay, the rent's going to come in. Let's say it's a 1.0. This is what your rate's going to be. But we also go through the plan B. What if the rent schedule comes in low? What if you have a 0.75? You should still know what the financing is going to look like. And then what happens if that rent just comes in way low and you have to close with hard money? Well, you should have that already in writing as well presented to you. And that scenario of closing with hard money is actually what created the BRRRR method, the buy, rehab, rent, refinance, and repeat process. Meaning, let's say you buy a fixer-upper and there's no way that the rents are going to come in anywhere enough to justify 1.0 or 0.75. Well, you can still close on the property with hard money, you fix it up, you get the rental income up, and a few months later, when the rent is higher, you refinance, you get your interest rate down because now your debt service ratio is 1.0. How do I know this? Well, I'm an investor myself. I funded over $100 million of loans in my career, and about 30% of my clients are investors. I've actually been hired on multiple occasions by other mortgage company owners to go in and teach them about DSCR loans because a lot of people don't know about them. Everyone knows about conventional. Everyone knows about FHA and VA. Very few people truly understand DSCR and actually have the experience to back it up. So if you have any questions, you need anything at all, call or text me and my team 24/7, 7 days a week, 561-475-4111. Welcome back to Molina Monday. Molina out.